Hi, Vítor. Hi, Ryan. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Vítor, we'll start with you. Look, obviously, your team's in an intense relegation battle. It's also in Europe. How are you going about balancing those two competitions?
And I need to balance. I need to try to balance, but to be competitive in the next game and after against Fulham. That's why I say every time that is important for the players to be ready to help the team because the challenge is a high challenge and we need to be ready to perform and to understand what we need on the pitch.
Given the size and the quality of the teams around you in the Premier League, how easy is it going to be to sort of play the same players week in, week out, considering it's such an intense sort of ask you're putting on them physically and mentally?
It's not easy, never easy, but we have quality. We have quality in the squad. They are working hard with the good energy, trying to understand the tactical demanding. And we'll be ready. We'll be ready. We cannot think about the opponents. We must think about ourselves and about the next game, the next match tomorrow. Just the next match, and after is about me. I need to balance the team to compete after 3 days.
Ryan, look, you obviously know what it's like. This club always seems to be fighting for something at the end of the season. But how much of an extra ask is it having these huge European games on top of the Premier League situation?
I think it's what we wanted last season. You know, at the end of the day, that's what we worked for. An incredible season to get into this position. We have the squad capable. You know, we're doing well in Europe, and yeah, every game's very difficult, and it has been a bit more demanding. But you know, we've got the squad and the strength to deal with it.
Is it emotionally draining as well as physically demanding, then?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think it's exciting, to be honest. I think, you know, Thursday night, you know, they sort of have that different feel about it. That little bit more of an excitement, you know, progressing through the stages now. It's getting more and more exciting, and you know, it means even more, and it's going to be really special if, you know, we can keep progressing, and I think it's just something we really look forward to.
How's the finger, by the way?
Yeah, it's been better, to be honest. Bit sore, but no, it is what it is. I was able to crack on.
That was grim. Was it?
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it was like to sort of A, experience, and B, I suppose, then see back played all over sort of social media, and I suppose lots of people sending it to you.
Yeah, it looks so much worse than it was. It wasn't too bad. But now the stiffness is setting in, so it's not ideal, but it could be much worse.
I just wanted to check in on the TVs. We didn't see Dan O'Doy or Jai Cunha training earlier. Just wondering sort of where we're at sort of with the squad.
Jair is in, and Dan, I believe, is out. Not serious injuries, nothing special, but Dan cannot be for sure in the match tomorrow. Jair will be in the match tomorrow.
And
be able to the match.
And Stefan Ortega, obviously he wasn't training today, but just wondering.
Ortega maybe a couple of matches out. Marcel will be on the game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anton. Colin for the BBC.
Vítor, can I just ask, the club's dropped the ticket prices, try and make sure the stadium is full tomorrow night. How important is that to you to have that full stadium for European Union?
You know, as a club, we need to be ready as a club, not only the players but the supporters. Everyone must be ready for this fight, for this big challenge, not only in the Europa League but in the Premier League. We need to be committed. We need the support. We need the support of our fans. We need to feel the energy, and we need to make them proud of our work. And this is the connection that's why I believe the president, in his mind, is to connect the supporters and the club and the city. And I think was the decision. It was a good decision to make it, because it's not easy for the supporters in Thursday night, raining, maybe raining because it's maybe raining. It's not easy to come, but the passion, you know, this is what makes the difference is the passion that we feel inside of us to support the club.
You told us the other week that this gap you had was really important in terms of building connections within the squad, and especially with some of the more fringe players. Has it become easier having had these 8 days now to think about how you're going to balance your team? Can you see players understanding how they need to play, even if they don't play regularly?
Yes, I will try to do my best, trying to keep the team competitive in both games. Okay.
Hard to do though, isn't it?
It's hard, of course it's hard, but we have quality. We have quality. It's just a matter of to connect them, to organize them, to give them the confidence to play and to perform, to express themselves, to be themselves.
Ryan, can I sort of ask you on a sort of similar topic, how important have these days been to understand what the boss wants from all of you as a group?
Yeah, really important. Speaking to someone earlier, I don't think it's been since maybe Christmas of when we've had a prolonged period of training. And yeah, it's been very useful. Obviously, I don't think Vítor and his staff have been in too long, had many back-to-back training sessions where we can really implement the ideas with physical work, which is really important. You know, you need to do them things, them actions in training. And yeah, it's been very beneficial, and I feel like we're gonna really improve from that in the following games.
Will we see different things over the next coming matches?
I can't give away the secrets, but yeah, definitely. I think we've worked on different tactical plans. You know, mainly about ourselves. Like the manager said, focusing on ourselves more than the opponents, and how we can implement our game on the opponents, especially at home.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin. Jonathan.
Hi Ryan. When you look back to the first game against Midtjylland in October, could you imagine the way the season's panned out since that match?
No, to be honest. That seems a long time ago now. But I think really that was obviously a bad night for us, but you know, we've got that experience against them now. We know the team we're going to face, a very physical team, a team very strong from set pieces, and we're under no illusions that, you know, we need to be at our best, physically and mentally. We know the plan. We've had a long time now to plan the game, and I think, you know, we take a lot of learnings from that night, and hopefully we can put that into practice.
Will there be a point where you might have to sacrifice the Europa League for the Premier League? No, would you be willing to do that?
We'll see. For now, we'll try to be competitive in both in Europa League and try to get points and to do results in our league. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. John?
All right. So you've been at the club since the age of 8, I think. How special is it for you personally to be playing in a competition like this?
Yeah, as I've said many times, it's an absolute privilege. Something not just me, but I think the whole team, the whole club, we really haven't taken for granted. As you say, it's finding that balance, you know, when we have a lot of games. But these are such special days and occasions, and you know, we want to do our absolute best in it. We don't want to just take part. We have a very ambitious owner, and us as a club and our supporters, they expect a lot from us with the quality we have, and yeah, we want to, you know, do ourselves proud, do them proud, and really progress.
You obviously hope not, but you never know these chances. They're very rare. They may never come round again. You obviously hope not, but you don't know, do you? This is a chance you've got to grasp, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, you know, even as bad as seasons can get, and I've had much worse than this, and you know, we still have an incredible opportunity to have a really positive season still. And you know, I think that's the only way us as players and at the football club we can see it. A huge opportunity, and yeah, you have to take these opportunities when they come.
Because the mindset of the owner is obviously he wants you to go and win it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's the whole. He wants trophies, doesn't he? That's his whole mindset.
Absolutely, yeah, and that ambition feeds down to us, to the manager, and everyone connected at the club. I think when we can bring that spirit, that togetherness from the fans to the players, I think when we have the opportunity to play a special game at the City Ground, I think we have to take that with two hands. And yeah, we've done well in Europe, and yeah, we want to continue these special nights.
So I had a question for you, Vítor. Midtjylland are very well known for being very good at set pieces. I've seen a couple of times when you've been training, you've had the whole 11 in the back in the penalty area when you've been before games. Is that something you've done before in your career, and how important are defending set pieces going to be on Thursday night?
We need to learn with. We need to analyze the Midtjylland because they have at least 8 players in first 11 with 190. It means that this is set pieces. This is something that we need to avoid in our box, around our box, because they are strong. We need to be not only to have a good tactical organization, but the spirit to fight for this kind of duels on the box. But we must learn with the last game against them and play with our qualities, because we have the spirit. This is an example of the true spirit, because he has the character, he's a fighter, and we have the quality. It means that we know that we'll face a physical team, aggressive team. They have a way to play. It's not easy to face them, but we have our qualities, our tools, our organization, our dynamics, and tomorrow I believe that with our supporters we can play in a very good level and to get a good result.
Sarah.
Ryan, is there a sense of wanting to put things right from the first game against Midtjylland? Obviously it was a big moment for the club which didn't go how you hoped.
Yeah, there is actually. Obviously, we don't like getting beat by anybody, but I think it was sort of the manner of it. But like I say, we have to, we can take so much learning from that. Luckily, that's not cost us in the competition, and yeah, that has to give us. I think for me personally, if you can find any extra little bit of motivation to give you that fire in the belly before a game, then you need to take it. And yeah, a poor night for us, but yeah, one we want to get our revenge and do as best we can.
Talked about ticket prices earlier being cut to get more fans in. Just explain how important it is to the backing of the City Ground crowd and what a difference it can make.
Yeah, it's huge. It obviously spoke a lot about that connection between the supporters at the City Ground when it's rocking, when they're loud and they're giving us that extra little boost on the pitch. It's huge, and I think for the club to recognise that supporters weren't happy, or we're not going to sell the stadium out to change that and give more supporters the opportunity, because it is difficult. I don't know the finances, but it must be difficult for the club also. But to find that balance and getting more numbers in the City Ground is only going to help us, and I feel like the supporters will appreciate that as well.
Any more questions for Ryan before we go?
A quick one, if I can.
Go for it. Yeah.
I just wonder how much momentum counts for something. I'm sure there is a huge physical strain and a huge mental strain on competing in the Europa League and the Premier League, but if you can do well on both fronts, will that help sustain the other?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is the business end of the season. This is where everything counts, and you want that momentum. You just want that feeling of winning games. When you're winning, you feel like you're not overthinking things. You go into a game with the right plan, with the right tactical idea, but when you're confident, when you're winning, whether that be Europa League, there's going to be lads getting minutes, and it's just going to help the squad be as best as they can. And we need that true spirit right now. Everyone in the same direction, the club, the supporters, and us players. And if you can gain that momentum wherever that comes from, it's really, really good.
Well, obviously, since 2022, when you won promotion from the Championship, it feels like the club's been on a real upward trajectory.
Yeah.
How important is it to sort of not let that go by you know, if the worst happened, getting relegated into the Championship?
I feel like, you know, it's been an upward trajectory since we've been in the Premier League. We've done really well, but I think you see people's true characters. You see people standing up, you know, when it's difficult. You know, to get to the top, it's not going to be completely linear. It certainly hasn't been for me or this football club to get in the Premier League. And yeah, we need to look back at where we've been, the struggles, and yeah, just take that experience and stand up and be counted and show that true spirit.
Any final question for Ryan? Yeah. Graham.
Hi, Ryan. You talked about the first game with Midtjylland. Did they surprise you a little bit? Because you were clear favourites to win that game, and the set pieces really seemed to just catch you out a little bit. Is that how you felt on the night?
Yeah, to be honest, I think that they did surprise us slightly at how physical they were, how good they were at set pieces. But I think, you know, we need to show more quality than we did on the night. You know, have a bit more confidence about how good we are as a squad. Obviously, it was a difficult time for us in the season, but going into this game, we've got a great tactical plan, and yeah, we're fully aware of what they're going to bring.
Is it more of an advantage that you know what their strengths are now going into this game tomorrow night? Without being too overconfident.
Yeah, I don't want to be too confident, but I feel like we've done some really good analysis on them. We've played them now, but like the manager said, we're focusing on ourselves more than we are them. But yeah, you also have to respect their strengths as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Vítor, have you had the chance to look back at that game? You obviously weren't manager here then. Have you analysed that particular game and looked at what happened that night?
So, as I said before, they are a physical team. They know how to play. They have a profile. Is very clear, the profile, with a lot of duels, a lot of second balls, a lot of crosses on the box, the set pieces. And this is what we need to control. What we need to controlling with our qualities, having the ball, creating chance to know the spaces and the way to create it, the chance to export the spaces. Not concede counter-attacks, not concede easy. To not lose is important. Don't lose easy balls, because in easy balls the game start to be open. In the open game is difficult. We need to play as a block, defending and attacking, creating dynamics, doing the movements, be ready. In the moment that we lose the ball, be ready to react, controlling the deep, controlling the second balls, and facing this team with the right mentality, with the experience that we had before. That just in this level, just in our top level, we can get a good result.
One second. Can I just excuse Ryan so that he can get on with the rest of his media duties?
See you.
Thank you, Ryan.
No problem.
Sorry, Graham.
See you later.
Can I just ask us how the behind-the-scenes issues are affecting you at the moment? That obviously, Edu, his particular role at the club has been called into question. How has that affected you on a day-to-day basis?
You know, I'm not. When the first meeting that I had in the club was with Edu. As I know him from Arsenal, because I had a meeting with Arsenal in the time and some time ago in the beginning. I think in the beginning when he started there. I know him very well as a person and as a professional. in this short time, we didn't have a lot of times opportunity to be together, and is something that I don't control, and I don't know. I don't have the information, the full information to speak about it. But is someone that, of course, I respect a lot as a person and as a professional.
It's okay. I just wondered if it affected your planning, obviously for the summer and next season. I just wondered if that was part of.
To be honest with you, my focus is on the present, not in the future, because in the future we don't have time to think about the future, because about the future I don't know, because we don't know the future. I just know the present. The present for me is to focus in my team, to help my players, to try to be the best team that we can, and to compete tomorrow to win the game. Okay? Thank you.
That's it? Oh, Paul.
Vítor, a slightly left field one, if I may. Just watching Tottenham and their struggles last night, I just wonder if you're a little surprised to see them down there in the Premier League relegation picture.
It's not easy, because Champions League is a very tough competition. I had the experience in Champions League before in my career, and it's not easy to compete in the level, because sometimes is mentally even for us. I prefer to speak about us, about ourselves. Look, this is the time special to be mentally ready for the competition. You understand? For both competitions. We need to be after 3 days, because this is the most difficult. Is sometimes it's not physically, is because the game tomorrow will demand a lot of focus, and after 1 day you are tired, but you are tired not only physically, you are tired mentally, and that you have 1 day to prepare the next match, to be ready again, mentally ready, not only physically, because physically you can, you do the recover with almost the clubs, they do the same, but you must to prepare your players to be ready again, to refocus and be ready to compete, and after 3 days again, and after 3 days again. And you need to travel, and you understand? It's not when we look for a player life, we think about the money that they of course we think about the status, we think about the image, we think about everything. As a manager, I tell you, we have moments that we suffer a lot. You understand? This is the to be ready after 3 days. You cannot go in parties. You cannot go. You must rest. You must sleep. You must sit well. You must recover. You must be in the club to try to be ready again. And this is something that to keep, because they are young. They are young people. They don't have time to enjoy life, because they must be. If you are not, if mentally you are not prepared for this, you are not prepared for the critics. If you not, this is you understand? This is because football is fantastic, is a passion. Believe me, I can't live without. I can't stop. With my life, if I want to stop, I can stop, and because I did my career, but it's something that I cannot. It's something that is inside of me. Is in the veins. This is like as a drug. Passion is something that, is a butterflies is something that. But to keep this, we need to mentally be strong. Be strong.
Is there anything you can do to help the players be mentally strong and help them get through the mental side of it? What do you do?
Giving them the confidence. Imagine that I can give an example. I speak with a winger. What I like to see in my wingers, I like to see 1 against 1. I like to see someone confident to go. If they have this kind of skills, I demand this kind of skills. Go and believe in yourself. Shot on the goal, appear on the box. Go, play with the ball, play. And if you are not a strong guy, you can be strong. Strong here. When you go to the ball, to the duels, you must win. Go with this mentality to win the duels. And this is something that, because I built my life working hard from nothing. And I built my life working and fighting and working and fighting and believe in myself. And this is the spirit that I want to transmit to my players, to see my players with confidence, with this spirit, without fears.